Now as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important. We apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I'm Ryan, and I'm back loud on the mic.
I'm Trenton, I think.
I'm Sean, and my brain is rattling. I mean, what it was once a week or once a lifetime last week when we recorded? Okay.
Yeah, once a lifetime, that's it.
Wow.
Well, unfortunately, we have returned to our normal estates or places of occupancy, but we are back. Welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. What a crazy week, too. What a crazy week we had, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but, you know,
Flew
shout
by
out
too
to
fast.
Linda's, Rancid and Green Day. What an incredible show. And the city of Austin. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
He represents the city.
Well, I had to be a good tour guide for you guys. So
True.
You know, it was absolutely a blast, guys. Like, thank you guys so much for everything. And I mean, it was. I was even talking to my friend Colin just a while ago because we had a work meeting, and I was like, what was your favorite song they did? And he's like, what's her name and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, it's just I can still hear and actually picture the whole set in my head going. Like it was like that. It's like that for. I mean, it's been like that for a week now. So. I guess
I've been reliving it.
My only yes, no doubt. But my only complaint, if you even want to say it's a complaint, is a slight one. I just wish Rancid would have played another 10 minutes or something. You know, like, that way they would played some Op Ivy songs and such like that. But again, it was cool though. It was nice to kind of not necessarily go down memory lane, but like at one point I was sitting there just thinking, and I was like looked over to like you and Sean, I was just like, man, it's like, 30 years ago, basically, like we're in high school, like talking about this stuff and things, and then here we are on the show together. So it was absolutely great, man. And again, thank you guys for the great time and everything. And look forward to having my new roommate getting down here soon. So do it all over again.
Couple weeks, yes. So Ryan, make sure you leave a 5-star rating for Trenton on his Airbnb.
Yeah, well, on the Airbnb
profile
for sure.
page.
It'll be very it'll be very helpful for the next time I have other guests.
Okay.
I'll admit though, I totally went down memory lane. I did the same thing.
For sure.
Like I glanced over at you guys, and it was just we were all singing along, and it just reminded me of, just driving around in a car or being at someone's house and just jamming it over and over, or being in my room with the lyric book out, just rewinding. Okay, how did he mix those words together? How did he go up and down? And it was just, nostalgic. But I gotta admit, my legs hurt the next day, man, from jumping around so much. I couldn't stand still. But when they play that long, it's a little hard, to recover the older we get. So,
it was awesome.
Plus, the walk we had to do to the, from the truck and back and stuff like that. I mean, I was trying to explain or describe the best I could. It's definitely a walk, but I mean, still though. I mean, it's been a little bit since I've been out to the venue. But I was rather impressed with it. Like I thought
that was good.
I mean, just looking around, it's like, yes, there was a bunch of people there, but compared to, I think they played in Arlington or Dallas the next night.
Yeah, they played in Globe Live.
And like,
they had like 55,000.
That's what I mean. You look at that, and it's like, wow, So we kind of got a little bit smaller show on a scale of what they usually play, kind of thing. So
we got spoiled.
Yeah.
Because I love the smaller shows,
Yeah. So as many concerts as I've gone to, that probably is my favorite of all time.
That's definitely up there. I would definitely say seeing them in like in Austin City Music Hall here years ago, like a really small venue. I think it held 500 people at max or something. And then seeing Rancid at the old emos where it's very personal kind of show and stuff like that. So I would say those two are up there in the in the top 5, but that's definitely that's got to be top 3 though for me. I mean, those my 2 favorite bands basically, and then you get to go with you dudes, so it's like
of course.
I mean, if not the top show, like definitely one of the top experiences out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, experience was once in a lifetime for sure. That's what I was going to say.
It all worked out really well. So even your
Boys
deflating
Trip
mattress
Year 1
worked out.
Successful. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We rekindled our friendship. Let's just say that. Yeah. So hopefully for Boys Trip Year 2, we're going to go to a different city and we're going to get a different show, or who knows, maybe we'll catch Green Day or someone that's on the bucket list. But guys, week 2 has come and gone in the NFL, and I saw some interesting numbers yesterday on TV about the NFL so far. So as if you watch it religiously as we do, the scoring has been down this year. So passing touchdowns right now so far is at 69 through 2 weeks. That's the fewest since 2006.
Wow. Yep.
Passing yards per game, 208 per starting quarterback. Yep. Fewest since 1996. Pass attempts a game total 60.7. Fewest since 1991. And if you haven't noticed, it seems like kickers are winning a lot of fantasy matchups this year.
Look who's joined the show real quick.
Yeah. Because the red zone TD percentage is only at 47.1%, and that is the lowest mark since 2006.
You said the red zone what again?
Red zone touchdown percentage is at 47.1%. So in my view, I think it's just the offense is not playing in the preseason. Like these first 3 or 4 games are their preseason.
Well, and injuries have been killer too, obviously. So a lot of playmakers out.
It's unbelievable the the injury. I mean, wow.
Especially going from like week 1 to week 2, it's like wow.
Yeah.
And what in the world?
You thought week 1 was bad. Week 2 was brutal. So
it was, and I mean, there's a couple of guys that got lucky as could be, like Jefferson not being. It sounds like he's not hurt too bad or anything.
Right.
But I mean, they're just dropping like flies right now.
Yeah, man. Look at my Rams. Oh, my Rams are in big trouble. They are in big trouble.
I did see that. I think I read something when I got home earlier that I don't think Cup's going to go on the IR, so that might be a good thing.
Huh.
But
true.
Goodness. But yeah, just crazy. Just I mean, Debo. I mean, clearly the Tua thing, which is scary as can be.
Yeah.
You just go down the list. I mean, we're down the line. Like it's just wow. Pacheco, like some key players for sure got dinged up. So I don't know.
You can have an all injury team pretty much.
About
20 guys on it.
Justin Herbert got rolled up on. So
saw that.
It's a lot. It's tough, man. It's a tough league, and I mean, I don't know how much playing the starters in the preseason really helps because you're only playing like a handful of snaps anyways. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it's lack of the contact because they've reduced the amount of hitting in practice. With that new CBA that they came up with a few years ago, but I don't know. It's all about reps. It's like offense is unison and defense is find your spot and attack or cover, so I think that's where, and a lot of teams are just basically playing 2 deep safeties. Yep. They're not letting anything get over the top, so it's usually a broken play that's going deep or if you got time, someone that's crossing like Tyreek Hill did a couple weeks ago. So I mean, I think things are going to pick up. I mean, the games have still been great. I mean, there's still been some really good. I mean, just go back a couple nights to Monday night.
Yeah.
Go Atlanta, by the way.
I know.
Right.
Wow.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins in prime time.
In prime time. Did you see his second half numbers? It was ridiculous.
Night and day.
Yeah, completely. But good for him, man. That guy gets ridiculed a lot, and he's a really good quarterback. But he definitely got better from week 1 to week 2, and that's what we'll naturally progress to see.
I will say that I know, barring the injuries and the lack of scoring, the viewership's been like pretty amazing. I think I read that they're averaging about 20 million viewers a game, so it's like been like awesome. Pretty much it's been like the most viewed season so far through 2 weeks. So that obviously hasn't hurt the viewership at least. So
yeah, and I think it just attests to. I mean, look how many of the good teams that we thought were good are 0-2, and how many of the teams that we wrote off are 2-0.
Sure.
So, and you got some teams that a Baltimore, a little toe too long, and they might be 1-0. If Lamar doesn't blow another huge fourth quarter lead, which he's blown a lot of,
the Raiders,
they could be 2-0. Yeah, I know, but well, let's start the recap, guys, with what's the biggest 0-2 surprise in y'all's mind?
I think you just talked about it, the Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I mean the addition of Derrick Henry, I think in the offseason, I think the fact that the Ravens got to the AFC Championship game last year and fell short, but then you added Derrick Henry, and you're just thinking, man, he's just basically just gonna rerun this thing, and it's gonna be a little bit better and more efficient and stuff, and they just don't look right. I don't know. This what my eyes tell me. I don't think they're using him. Not necessarily. It's not that I wouldn't say they're using him enough, but like, I don't know. I just they need to use, like, they could have. He did. I think he ran the ball 7 times in the fourth quarter or something last week, or
second half, but it was only one carry in the fourth.
And it's just
one carry in the fourth.
And it's like, man, when you have a lead like that, and you're playing against the Raiders, and again, no knock on the Raiders, impressive win by all means. I mean, they hung in there, their defense hung in there and played well. But when you're a Super Bowl
magic,
exactly. And like I said, we were doing our predictions before the season started. It's like Minshew's going to win some games, and he's just it's just hard to pick which ones he's going to do so in. And but to be a Super Bowl, I guess not contender, but Super Bowl contender is what in a lot of people's eyes, and to just be 0-2. And it's only 2 weeks. I mean, things can change real quick. I know you don't want to go 0-3. I do know that, but to me, that's the biggest surprise. That definitely is. For myself, the Ravens, that is for sure.
Yeah, I'd say the Ravens or the Rams. I mean, I know the Rams have faced a lot of injuries, but I thought the Rams would be competitive too, and it doesn't look good for them right now. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just like, I think there's more surprising 2-0 teams, like the Vikings, the Saints. I mean, I think who would have thought that,
Yeah, for sure.
Those teams. I mean, the Chargers, even, you could say that.
Hey, I told y'all about Sam Darnold, man. I told you he was going to have a good year.
You did call it.
I love it. I love it. Good for Sam Darnold, man.
It's good to have Jefferson as your receiver.
I think I think that just shows you how good of a coach Kevin O'Connell is.
Yeah.
Like that, give that dude any quarterback, and I got you. And he's just Sam Darnold's just a little more spicier Kirk Cousins. They're
right,
and that takes a little gamble, but good for Sam. Whether he's there next year, because they did use the first round pick on J.J. McCarthy.
True.
But unfortunately, good luck for Sam Darnold that J.J. hurt his knee, so he's got the whole year to himself.
Right.
So
I would say though, just keep in mind it's only been 2 games. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like
very early.
As much as like it's like, okay, look at Darnold go. It's like it's awesome to see. I mean, I didn't necessarily doubt it. I just think I needed to see it. I mean, being in the quarterback or in the 49ers system for a couple years, I think it really helped him kind of reset him a little bit. And I think he's in good hands in Minnesota. But again, two games, it's hard to kind of even get much of a read or a judgment on any of that stuff, because I mean, the Saints, we didn't see that coming. I don't think anybody saw the Cowboys getting whooped up like that. I mean, the Saints beating them, sure, but to go in there and just destroy them like that quickly too. I mean, that thing was over in the
very
first
quickly.
half. Yeah, that's right.
That was a replay of the Packers game, basically.
Wait, what was that? How about them Cowboys? Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. I mean, Green Bay 2.0. I mean, and it's like, did they even make any changes? Because it just seems like the Saints just attacked them the same way that Green Bay did. It's all with that. I mean, the Saints got the new coordinator, Clinton Kubiak, and another West Coast kind of offensive coach from the Kyle Shanahan tree. So good for them. Good for them. It's fun when the Saints are.
And I like how they approach these 2 games that they've played. I like how their approach on offense is. They're not just doing that little dink and dunk pass to Kamara to the tight end and stuff. They're going, they're setting up those plays and they're moving the ball down the field, and going for the big shot. And when you
Rashid Shaheed.
Well, yeah, with Shaheed, I mean, the little speedsters. So like when you take those shots and you're setting up those plays, you confuse the defense really quickly. And it showed in the last couple of games. I mean, Carolina or not, you still went in there and embarrassed them, and then you went to do the same thing to the Cowboys. So it's like, do you put the Cowboys on on the same level as the Panthers? I mean, I wouldn't. I think there's way more talent on the Cowboys, but
sure.
I think they're just an average team, and I mean, good for the Saints. But again, two games. There's no telling what's gonna. We got 15 more to go, so there is no telling where it's going to end up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll just see how good the Saints are as they are hosting Philly off that disappointing loss. So that's going to be one of the games of the week, which we'll break down later. But we're not going to even talk about the Giants because we all knew what that was going to be. Carolina is
How'd
awful.
That game go again?
Yeah, shut up. Hey, I beat you in fantasy, so we split.
At least I
crushed you. Let's just say that.
Just being like,
he got reality at least.
But okay.
Pretty. Since we're on that game, what are the Giants doing? They knew Gano had a bum leg, and they didn't bring anybody else up. It just blows my mind.
It would have been a tie game, right? Or would it? Was it 2? No, it would have been 21-20. So
it would have been 21-21.
Yeah, that's true, right? It would have been.
Yes, because the Giants are only the second team in NFL history to score 3 touchdowns and allow 0 touchdowns.
Yeah,
and lose.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that stat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the Giants.
The last time that happened was 1989, Rams versus the Vikings. But the record for that with scoring 3 touchdowns and allowing none is 1,294-2.
Wow.
So we are forever etched with that stupid stat. And I mean, I don't know. Neighbors had a fantastic game. Field goal Ron was back in Washington. So it was, I couldn't believe it.
I mean, the Mando's got some stuff to work on. Like, there's no doubt. I mean, to be in the red zone that much and that close to the goal line and not put one in, I mean, credit to the Giants defense for holding them, but like,
bend don't break. That's how they were playing.
But I mean, you got to put.
Speaking of red zone percentage, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
the Commanders defined it.
So like my whole issue with that, as I'm sitting there and I'm watching with my dad, my brother, and my stepmom this weekend. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, we don't have a kicker. So just let them score. We lost an injury timeout. So we had 2 timeouts left. And I was just like, let them score. And then we can try to go down and get a touchdown to try to, keep the game going. But For some reason, Dayball just let the clock run down and then used the final timeout with a couple seconds left, and I completely did not get that. So,
I can't lie though, man. I think Neighbors is for real. I think he's gonna be an awesome receiver. But man, the Giants are a hot mess, man.
Dude,
not trying to throw extra smoke at you or nothing, man. But
salt in
the Dayball on the hot seat already.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think Joe Shane is for sure.
I do too.
Yeah, he picked Daniel Jones over Saquon, so
yeah.
But again,
minus
it's only 2 games, so they haven't looked great. But again, maybe they'll find some rhythm, maybe they'll find their spark, and they can try to turn it around too. Again, it's tough. After 2 games of football or NFL football, and with no preseason, much like you guys said, it's like people still getting into not necessarily game form, but the rhythms and just learning more. And so, I think after week 3, even 4, that's where you start to find out who's going to kind of do some stuff. So it's hard to kind of just all right, this team's terrible, but say let it play out and we'll find out. But
yep,
I think Neighbors is a solid
start.
Saying Neighbors, I just think Neighbors is a solid wide receiver. So,
oh yeah,
kid's gonna be great. Kid's gonna be great. But teams that have started 0-2 guys since 2019, only 2 have made the playoffs. True. So it's like we said, like T said, maybe these 2-0 teams we shouldn't buy too much into. The 0-2 teams, like Cincy's a really good 0-2 team. Like they got their act together. Like they should have won that game.
Yeah.
But if I give you guys the number 13, what do you think it represents?
13. I mean, there's always the Friday the 13th. This would be my first guess.
No,
but
it's relevant to football.
13 men on the field of flag.
13. No. I don't know. Give us a hint.
Well, let's just say that's how many points the Carolina Panthers have scored.
Oh.
There you go.
And how many points the Chargers have allowed.
Yeah.
So I think the Jim Harbaugh has taken full effect in Los Angeles.
Same thing though. We're gonna check. We're gonna see them getting tested this week at Pittsburgh too. So we'll see.
Yeah.
How real are they?
Really? With
facing an elite
offensive touchdown?
The offense sucks, but the defense is pretty damn elite. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it'd be a good
test. I hate Pittsburgh, but they find a way to win somehow, some way.
I know.
Always.
Their kicker has outscored the Giants this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of 2-0, how about them Bucks?
Oh, I was trying to skip
that. I mean, going into Detroit?
Huh?
Yeah. Would you not say, is Baker not the MVP candidate if you took a poll right now?
I mean, he might be top 5, but he's playing great. I mean, he made some moves and, man, he looked good.
He did.
He looked really good.
I think he's found a home. Like I was saying when you guys were here last week and such, it's like seeing it from last year, and they started off really well too, and they went into a slump a little bit, but still managed to make the playoffs. But just hearing him talk too, he's like, yeah, we started off 3-1 last year. We went into a bad rut. So he's like, yeah, we're 2-0. So what? A lot of ball to be played.
Yeah.
So it's like, I like hearing that mentality coming from him. And I think he found a home, and I think he's just comfortable. He doesn't have these expectations. He's not, it's not dragging that bag around with him, that baggage around with him and stuff. And then, like you said, slot Godwin. You got a good old Mike out there. So, I mean, props to the Bucks though, man. They looked good. The Lions just don't look right.
Don't look right. Yeah.
And not any discredit to the win or anything. And just saying they just don't necessarily look correct right now. But hey, props to the Bucks though, man. Props to
the
them.
Bucks have that bend but don't break defense. More or less.
Yeah,
they're gonna allow some yards. But they do, they do kind of reduce the scoring a little bit. So at least they've done that. So, we'll see what happens. Early. So,
Yeah.
Way
What about
further.
Seattle at 2-0?
Yeah.
I think that's a shock. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they look really good. I know they went to overtime against New England, but Geno's playing pretty good.
Speaking of new coordinators, it's worked out for them pretty well. So,
yeah, I mean, New England's not the strongest team out there, but they always play, really good defense. And then for them to take a West Coast trip to the East Coast, and we all know the numbers on that where they don't usually succeed very well, and to go in there and get a win, it's like, yeah, man, good for them. Good for them. I like a lot of these quarterbacks that are getting like a second chance. The ones that start, either they've been drafted very high or whatever it may be, and then not performed, and then come back in and just being like, kind of proving that, prove to people that they belong where they're at and be able to do well. It's like, it's good to see.
Darnold, Baker, Carr, Geno.
Yeah.
It's kind of the redemption tour, in the NFL this year. So
yeah, you don't throw Aaron Rodgers in there?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you hear about?
I mean, I would, right? But to be honest with you, man, I have loved watching Aaron Rodgers play over the years. I really have. But these last couple of just all the drama and the sagas and stuff, I'm just kind of, it's run its course on me where I'm just like, like, cool.
He's had that success too, and the Super Bowl win, so
no, you're wrong.
He didn't have much to redeem for.
It would be awesome to see him come back from his Achilles injury and manning the ship and getting the Super Bowl and doing all that. Sure, should be a great story, be great to see, but I mean, I don't know. I'm more happier for those other guys right now, because since Rodgers has already kind of done it, plus with the MVPs and everything. But
yeah.
But again,
there was a poll.
Two games in, so it's tough to get too far ahead of yourself.
Yep, there was a poll done of 3,000 fans that voted Aaron Rodgers as the most annoying player in the NFL. 27 of the 32 fan bases ranked Aaron Rodgers as the most annoying player in the NFL.
Really? Damn.
So, yeah. So
he's been getting into, just like you get tired of it's like it's just you turn on a show and it's like, a sports show or something, they talk about it for 20 minutes, much like they do with the Cowboys. They just talk for 25, 30 minutes. It's like, if it's going to be the same stuff every single day, it's like, yeah, it gets annoying. So
yeah, who was second in that poll?
I don't know. It just I just saw that flash across TV, and I was like, as a story, and I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting.
I actually like when Rodgers is on like McAfee and stuff. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
like that.
like that stuff's fine, but like, it just seems like he's in the news all the time. It's like, I don't care that you're going to Egypt. I don't care about.
He didn't ask for it, I'm sure.
No, I'm not hating on Rodgers. I'm just saying that I'm tired of the media, talking about him and just making a big deal out of something that's not. That's basically all it is.
Yeah. I mean, he could still sling the ball, man. He still is
sling the ball,
pretty good,
still puts him in
quarterback.
Some spots where it needs to go. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, no doubt, and one of the best that our eyes have seen. But I'm, just tired of hearing about him in a way, And again, he doesn't ask for that stuff. Maybe sometimes he does, with some comments he might make here and there. But like, I'm just, let's move on to the next thing, kind of thing. Let's talk about something else. That's how I feel about it.
I need to see him have a good game still. I mean, he's had decent games, but I need to see him go out there and actually win the game, for him. So I don't think he's really done that yet until I know he's back. So
yeah, I still think I could see a trade coming for the Jets, where they go get another weapon to help them out.
I can see Thielen going there, to be honest with you, now that the Panthers are starting to kind of unravel. I can see them blowing that stuff up. Not that Thielen is necessarily like a huge threat, but like just to get in a possession receiver like that, a guy that he can dump off passes and little stuff like that. So
you need a slot Godwin.
Here's the trade I see: the Ravens trade Mark Andrews there. They have likely.
I don't know if they would trade him in conference though.
True, maybe not.
Yeah, and then also too with the Ravens, they use a lot of 2 tight end sets, and so
They do.
They do. I think it's. I mean, you take Mark Andrews away, you're taking a threat off the field. So that's gonna defenses aren't gonna be scared of that next tight end that's on the field. So I think you take one of Lamar's weapons away. But I mean, again, Ryan, that's a good thought though. I mean, I could definitely see him upgrading at the tight end position. But again, two games in, tough to tell. Only thing we know is the only thing we know 2 games into this season is that the Panthers are a hot mess. We know that.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Especially when Andy Dalton's going to start.
I feel bad for Bryce,
the beige water pistol.
Yep.
He needs to get traded so he can redeem himself. Time to go to the Giants.
Okay.
They need a quarterback, don't they?
Yeah, okay. We'll see. Do you think Bryce Young starts again this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
just because they have a first-round pick invested on him?
I don't think Dalton can stay healthy a whole year.
That's the thing. I was going to say. I don't think
games.
Yeah, I think Dalton gets dinged up, so he'll have to come back in. But I don't know, man. I think Bryce is kind of done with the place too. Like, I mean, look, Baker was there. Look what he's doing now. Sam Darnold was there. Look what he's doing now. So yeah, maybe a change of scenery, but they have not set that team up right, because with all those trades, starting with Christian McCaffrey, Brian Burns, DJ Moore, trading up to get the number 1 pick, they have actually given more first-round picks away than they've acquired for all those 3 top-end players. Like, the Giants didn't even give a first-round pick for Burns. It was a second, So that's just David Tepper or Jerry Jones Jr. Trying to get his nose on that side of the ball, and you feel bad for Canales because I think he's a really good coach. I mean, you saw what he did with the Bucs offense, but the Bucs offense, man, not skipping a beat. So last team, guys, before we get into rapid fire, are the Texans the best team in the AFC?
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. I still think the Chiefs are until someone comes and knocks them off. I mean, I know everybody's screaming and yelling about that flag on the way it ended and stuff, but I mean, I still, at least what I could tell, I think if the guy hadn't gotten there early, at least that could have been a fingertip catch. At least it wasn't like it was thrown 10 feet over his head. It was because of the way the play went with the contact, but so I don't know. I know people just hating on the Chiefs and stuff like that, and but I don't know. I do think the Texans are a really good team. If anything, I think they are the second best team right now after 2 games, right? But they look good though, man. They look like a unity. They look like the Chiefs. I mean, everybody plays hard. They're all together. There's no drama. Travis Kelce hasn't even shown up yet. You don't hear him complain about getting receptions. You don't hear Stephon talking about it right now. So I think they are the second best team in the AFC though. And good for him.
Yeah, Nico Collins is slight. No, I'm not even going to say slightly. He is rapidly moving up that top 10 wide receiver list.
Yeah, he is.
Michigan Wolverine, Nico Collins.
Right. Well, we can't go without a Michigan. Top.
I could argue that the Bills might be the second best team, maybe too. I don't know.
I like the way they've played. I mean, they're not asking Josh Allen.
They're not. Yeah,
it's James Cook, man.
Yeah,
James Cook. Yeah,
you get balance like that. Start. Sure. So
I think it's a fair argument. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to say the Bills look bad or anything like that. Just as long as they can continue to run the ball and not rely on Allen to do every single thing.
Sure.
I mean, it takes away from the turnovers and such that he sometimes creates. But
yeah,
again, 2 games in. Yeah. Again, it's so hard to tell. But at least I'm with you. I think the Texans are a good team, though. I do think they're better. I think they're better than the Bills. I do. But that's right now. We'll find out how it all plays out.
Week 2 That is correct. Well, that's another one of these upcoming games this weekend as they travel to Minnesota. So
yeah, the Texans. We'll see.
Who would have thought that at the beginning of the year was going to be one of the best games of this week?
2 undefeateds.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into rapid fire, guys. We'll recap. Ryan's theory of picking the best uniforms of the weekend did not go well.
Damn. That was horrible.
I think this was your worst week
ever
since we started the show.
Yo, easily
5-11.
Oh, man, you put up my kind of numbers.
Yeah, well, actually, you went 9-7, and I went 8-8. So, yep, right now as we stand, T, you are in first place through week 2. But then again, it's only 2 weeks.
It's week 2.
It's week 2.
We'll call it quits now. We got a winner. We got a champion. We'll stop now.
Yeah, I mean, these games have just been crazy.
How many upsets were last week? There were tons.
I think 6 of the 10 afternoon games were upsets.
Yeah, T should have gone to Vegas with those picks.
Yeah, definitely.
Would have won some cash.
So, but if you've listened to us, you have made some money if you pick the right ones. So, but
listen to T, I guess, from here on out.
Yep. So we do get a treat this week. There are 2 Monday night games, but it's in that format that none of us like, where one starts and then another one starts 45 minutes later on ABC, NBC. Just have an East Coast game and then a West Coast game. I mean, they could be decent matchups, but one team we didn't talk about that was 0-2 that I am completely off of is Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I would like to amend my division pick for the Jags. So,
speaking of hot seats, is Peterson on the hot seat? Has to be, right?
I heard someone say yesterday, if, Dayball's in trouble, if he got let go and then Jacksonville struggles, Dayball to Jacksonville.
Wow.
Huh.
I think that'd be a good match right there.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm not giving up on Jacksonville yet. As far as a division winner, I don't know. It's tough since I think the Texans are a pretty solid team. But I'm not giving up on them yet for sure. I think they have a lot of talent. I think clearly they have to do a lot of improvement in areas and stuff. But I think they got some weapons on that team that can do some stuff, and the defense shows up time to time. Excuse me. But it's tough. I think Ron said it before. It's kind of like this is the same record spinning. It's like, what are we going? Is Lawrence making improvement? At all, and so I want to see it first, but I'm not giving up on them. I'm not giving up on them yet. You give me to week 5 or 6, and they're 0-5 or 0-6 or 1-5 or whatever it may be. Like, not that I'm gonna give up on them, but I would see them where they're probably not gonna have a very good season. So I think they can still do it.
Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a stud.
That kid looks great too. Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
a lot of good pieces there.
Well, that whole AFC South is 0-2 minus Houston, so those teams need to wake up. And we're not even going to talk about Mayo Boy and the Titans because, as the coach said, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly. I like that he was honest.
Brutally.
Hey, I like it. I was like, hey, it's cool with me.
Second week in a row he's called him out. I don't think he likes Will Levis, and I don't think Will Levis is on the Titans next year.
I will say he's played the Bears and the Jets. That's 2 tough defenses, so we'll see what he does. I'm just saying it has been tough.
I don't think the Jets defense is off to a good start because San Francisco, took it to him. And Calvin Ridley had a really good game against Sauce Gardner. So, but I don't know. It's just weird. Like T said, it's only week 2. So,
True.
All right. Yeah. And Jacksonville better wake up because they are at Buffalo this Monday. But we'll get back to that game. But Thursday night, tomorrow night, the surprise Pats travel to the Jets. Jets open up as a 6.5 point favorite. 42.5 is the over under.
So the
What do you got,
The
T?
Jets open up as a 6.5 point favorite, and 42 and is the under.
42.5.
Ooh. Oh man, I think the Jets win the game, but I think it's the under, and New England covers the points.
I'm gonna go under for sure. I'm gonna go Jets win. I think they win by like 10. I think it's a Brees Hall show.
I was gonna say too.
So.
I think the Jets are basically a Brees Hall high ankle sprain away from being a mess, honestly. And they just haven't really opened up their offense much on the passing side. Maybe they don't need to do that, but
yeah, Garrett
you're gonna
Wilson's
have
off to a really slow start.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm with you guys. I like the Jets in the under. I think it'll be a good game though, a good competitive game. So my god awful Giants travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns, who had a really good win in Jacksonville. But the Browns open up also as a 6.5 point favorite. But this game is a 43.5 over under.
Against the Giants?
Against?
I'm gonna definitely take the under. And yeah, I think the Browns win. What was the spread again? I'm sorry. Paying attention to Hannah.
6.5, 43.5.
I think the Browns win, but the Giants cover the points. I think it's gonna be one of those sloppy games. Not many points scored.
Close game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with T on that. I like the Browns and the under for sure. Like a field goal win or something like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, why?
Something like that.
Because the Giants won't have another kicker?
Yeah, just kick field goals against them, he can win.
You score a couple of touchdowns, you go for 2. I mean, that puts the Browns in a particular spot too. So
true.
Yeah. Anyways, on to Cincinnati, but I like the Browns in the under too. One of the games we talked about a little bit earlier, one of the big matchups, the Eagles, off that disappointing Monday night loss to the Falcons, are going to the Big Easy to take on those surprise 2-0 Saints. Saints, guys, 2.5 point favorites. 45.5 is the over-under. And last week, this game, the Eagles were favored by 3 points. So this game has flipped almost 6 points in a week.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
Give me the Saints to cover, and I'll take the over. I think there's going to be some. Well, yeah, I'll take the over. I know the Saints defense steps up at home sometimes, but the Eagles offense doesn't necessarily look all that great without AJ Brown. But I think Saquon's not going to drop a ball on the 3-yard line again. So I think there'll be more points scored.
I got the Eagles winning it. Don't know why. Just like I said, I feel like the Saints kind of come back to earth a little bit. So I'm gonna. What's the over under?
45.5.
That's a tough number. That's a tough number right there.
Golly.
But the way the Saints have played, and then I can just see the Eagles kind of bouncing back. That's why I'm kind of I would take the over there for myself.
Yeah, I am.
That's actually
taking
like
the over.
The third or fourth lowest over under of the week.
Yeah,
I'll take the over.
Not confident.
Yeah, I'm on the
Eagles. I feel good about it, but
I'm on the Eagles in the over. I think that if they're a good team, they'll come in and show that they're pissed off and win that game. But I see a close game. I don't know that Saints offense, man.
Yeah,
Derek Carr for
MVP,
good. Man.
Yeah, give him credit. They look good
right now.
Yeah,
and Kamara's
Alvin Kamara for MVP.
Yeah, for real. So, all right, guys, Bo Nix and his Broncos traveling to Ryan's Bucks as the Bucks open at 6.5 point favorites. And this is the lowest over under for the week at 42.5.
Ooh. Man, I think the Bucks win. I don't think they cover those points though. Well, you know what? Give me the Bucks to cover, and Yeah, I'm gonna take the under. I don't trust the Broncos offense yet. Maybe at all this whole season, but the Bucks defense is even with their injuries, they're better than I think people give them credit for. So yeah, I'll take the under there and the Bucks to cover.
I think the Bucks cover too. Of course, I got the Bucks, and I'm actually gonna take the over. For some reason I feel could be a higher scoring game than people think. So don't know why.
Yeah,
barely over.
I think Ryan's copying my page because I have the Bucks and the over too. I think this could be Bo Nix still no touchdown passes. Him like all the other rookie quarterbacks, he's been struggling. So he should be. I mean, do you need to go take care of those dogs, man?
Is that
I don't think so. No. Yeah.
I thought that was outside here. That's why I keep looking out the window.
That's funny. But
they're going crazy.
Well, the Packers are traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans, but the Titans open up.
Yeah, I saw that.
When I did this spreadsheet, it opened at 3.5, but I just looked and it's actually dropped down to 2-point favorites for Tennessee. Yeah. And Jordan Love did practice today, so there's an outside chance that he plays this weekend. But the over/under, guys, is 44.5.
Yeah, give me the Packers and the under. I don't trust the Titans. I think the Titans defense is pretty good. But I don't trust Levis, especially after some of those passes he tried to do, but I also don't trust the Packers either. I just think with the Josh Jacobs probably run the football 50 times like they did before. I think that's probably kind of be the same thing. So I think it's gonna be a slow game. A lot of that clock's gonna be burned up. So definitely take the under. But I think the Packers can beat them.
Man, I don't know why. Something just tells me I'm going to take the Titans. I don't know why. I think they sit Love. I don't think they risk it. They won last week, I think, so that helped them make that decision to say, okay, sit another week just to be sure. But I'm going to take the under. It's going to be low scoring.
Yeah,
defensive game.
Yeah, I think Malik Willis was pretty good.
He followed the game plan. That's a hell of a game plan
pretty simple game plan.
Exactly.
Matt LaFleur, another great coach that's severely underrated. But I like the Packers. Whether Love or plays or not, but I like the under. I think it's a lot of running the ball, like you guys said. And who knows? I mean, we've had a forward underhand pass from Levis. We've had a horizontal backwards pass underhanded from Levis. So what do we get this week from him?
I think we get the bowling ball. I think we get the bowling ball pass. He just rolls on the ground and
yeah. He better straighten up or he's going to lose that Mayo sponsorship. But the Bears, with their another struggling rookie QB, are traveling to the surprisingly 0-2 Colts. Colts only open up as a 1-point favorite at home, 46.5.
Yeah, give me the Colts. Give me the Colts and they cover. I'm going to take the under on that one too, and that's just based on the Bears' injuries and their offense right now. Just run a little inconsistent. That's all. I think they can easily explode real quick, but yeah, I'm gonna take the under there.
I'm taking the Colts and the over. I like Richardson a lot in this game, so we'll see. Both teams need a win pretty bad, but
yes, they do.
I'm with you guys.
Colts can win with it.
I like the Colts and the over, but I think Caleb's going to play a lot better. But they got to protect him, man. He got crushed by Houston.
Yeah. I was like, you want to know what it feels like? This ain't college anymore. I was thinking this. I was like, oh,
I know it's week 2.
Yeah,
but it's starting to remind me of USC last year, where he's feeling like he has to do everything. He's kind of in that Josh Allen mentality, and I don't think it's good. So I think they just need to get back to the basics. They don't even try to run the ball. Go back to quick slants, quick passes. I think they really, really need to get Keenan Allen on the field because I think that will help. I think that will help Caleb a lot.
100%.
And I just don't think the Colts defense has really played up to par. Richardson's been up and down so far, but yeah, I'm with you guys. I think he bounces back, and I think this will be a pretty good, entertaining game. But another game of the week: Texans at Vikings. Whew. Minus 2.5 point favorite for the Texans on the road, and the over-under is 47.
I'm gonna take the Texans, and that's no knock on the Vikings. I just think they kind of come back down to earth, like you were saying, like y'all were saying about the Saints too. But I'm gonna take the over there.
I'm with T. Texans and over. Should be a good game.
Yep, I'm with you guys as well. Texans and the over. Should be a great, entertaining game. But if Minnesota pulls it off, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
Props to them if they do.
Yep. So the battle of 2-0 teams is the Chargers head to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 1.5 point favorite. 43.5 is the over-under.
Oh, give me the Chargers all day and the under on that. I just don't. With the way the defense has been playing for the Chargers under the Harbaugh era, I don't see Pittsburgh's offense scoring much. So a couple
they
field
lead
goals
the league
here
in sacks.
Yep.
I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't want to pick the Steelers, but man, I'm going to. I think they win like 13-10 or something, man. I just think they kind of stymie the Chargers offense. I think they shut down the run and put everything on Herbert, who's hurt, and I just don't know if they're ready for that yet. So I think it'll be a defensive game, and I'm a Steelers in the under for sure.
Yeah, I would not. I don't think Herbert plays. I think they sit him out a week and rest him.
Well, if he doesn't play, that would change my pick. But right now,
I don't think you need to have Herbert against that defense if he's immobile. Because you saw what they did to an immobile quarterback in week 1 and Kirk Cousins. So I think he sits, and it's probably the most boring game of the week, and I like Pittsburgh in the under. So then we got the Panthers and the newly named QB1 Andy Dalton. They're traveling to Vegas, guys, to take on the Raiders. They are 5.5 point favorites, and 43 is the over-under.
Wow. Man, I can see this being a sneaky game and the Panthers going to win a one. But I'm going to stick with the Raiders, and I think I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, it's what they call a trap game here, where the Raiders are off such a high off beating the Ravens and come home and they're like, oh, we get the Panthers, we're going to destroy them. And then Red Rifle, new quarterback, gets them going and gets a passing game up. Give me the Raiders still and the over. It's going to be closer than people think, though.
I do agree, though. I think it's an absolute trap game for sure.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to double their season point total and score at least 13 points. So, yeah, I think this will be a good game, but I think Max Crosby and those defensive guys have been really playing well. And shout out to them for that fourth quarter comeback against the Ravens. But I like the Raiders and the under as well. Well, the 2-less Dolphins are on the road in Seattle, guys, where they'll be catching some fish there anyways. They open up as 4.5 point favorites, and 48.5 is the over-under.
Who's favorite? The Seahawks are?
Seahawks, 4.5.
You know what? Give me them Dolphins. I don't know why. I just think they're gonna surprise them. Give me the Dolphins, and you said the over under was what again?
48.5.
I'm gonna take the under.
I'll take the Seahawks and the under.
I like the Seahawks as well, and the under should be I don't know. We'll see what Skylar Thompson. I I keep getting hit up by this one guy in a fantasy league that wants to trade me Tyreek Hill for Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
I don't know, no. Or for
not
Jamar
now.
Chase. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, or he said Olave, Chris Godwin for Tyreek Hill and Zach Charbonnet. I'm like, are you
Maybe
kidding me?
if you didn't give him Zach, maybe.
No, I don't want Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry.
Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase?
No, I would have to give up Olave and slot Godwin. So
oh,
that's
hell no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
no,
but
that either.
No.
Yeah.
I still think Hill carries some value.
They're
Sure.
gonna find ways to get him the ball.
Sure.
Yeah,
but it's not gonna be as smooth as if Tua were playing.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
The Lions are traveling to the Cardinals. Lions open up as 3-point favorites on the road, 51. This is the highest over/under of the week.
Oh, give me them Cardinals. As much as I do like the Lions and everything, hats off to the Cardinals, and I think they're starting to find a little groove there. So yeah, give me the Cardinals, and I'm gonna take the under there. I think it's gonna be close though. Be close to hitting the over.
I like the Lions and the over. I think it's a very entertaining game, but I think the Lions realize they have to do something, you know.
Yeah,
I like the Lions.
I like the Lions. I like the Lions and the over too, guys. And Jameson Williams, I'm glad that kid's finally busting out. But Goff, you got to go back to Laporta, dude. That's how your offense clicked last year.
Yep. And go back to being himself. Like goodness.
Well, I mean, no, that was the first time he had 0 touchdowns and multiple interceptions in like 3 years. So,
okay.
He's he'll bounce back. They're too good not to. But the 49ers are traveling to my injury demolished, devastated, riddled Rams.
Yeah.
Niners are 7.5-point favorites. 49 is your over/under.
Rams always play them tough, especially at home. But yeah, with those injuries, and I know their offensive line's not great, so they're not being able to run the ball. Yeah, give me the Niners and give me the under. I just don't think the Rams score enough points.
49ers are going to be pissed after losing that game, so I definitely like them in the under.
Yep, I'm with you guys. 49ers in the under. Debo's out, but I think they still have enough weapons. And should we be majorly concerned for Christian McCaffrey? Or do you think this is maybe a ploy to keep him healthy and fresh for the second half of the season?
I would lean on the very concerned side, because if it's like what I'm hearing is like, you know, he takes one wrong step, pushes off of it wrong, it's like it's going to tear. And so yeah, I would be concerned. There's no doubt in that. But then again, maybe the rest is good for him, especially if Mason's going to produce. And you can use him down the second half of the season.
Yeah, Mason is last year's A-chain, however you want to say it.
A-chain.
A-chain. Ocean?
Russia.
But I don't know.
Which part of
I gotta.
How about them Cowboys?
We shall see as they are welcoming Baltimore which is a very important game for the Ravens. But the Ravens open up as 1.5-point favorites on the road. 48.5 is your total.
Can I pick no team here in the under?
Because you could probably pick a tie.
No, I don't want to be lame like that. But I'm gonna take the Ravens. It's not no hate toward the Cowboys. I just think the Ravens are a better team than what they have put on the field. At least I'd like to think so, and I think this could be a Derrick Henry game. The fact that they can run the ball, you know, as much as the Cowboys got run on, so they might shift that a little bit to a Derrick Henry game. Give me that under though, for sure.
Agree with you completely. I like the Ravens. I just think it comes down to the better quarterback, and that's Lamar. So, going to be a close one, real good game, but I like the Ravens in the under.
All right. I'm with you guys, but I like the over. I don't think that the Cowboys defense, until they change something, nah. I mean, they got away with the week 1 win in Cleveland just because they're a hot mess. They don't know what they're doing with their quarterback, but the Saints, like you guys said earlier, it's like the playoff game against the Packers, and they lost Dan Quinn, and Mike Parsons has not been seen this year.
A lot of crickets.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it should be an entertaining game. Cowboys are always good at home, but we'll see if they are a good team and they got embarrassed. Both of these teams got embarrassed last week, so we'll see which one kind of steps up to the plate. But the defending champs, off their thrilling win over the Bengals, guys, where they didn't play good at all. Mahomes' lowest passing yardage of his career in that last game against the Bengals. But the Chiefs are in Atlanta to take on the Falcons, but the Chiefs open up as a 3.5-point favorite. 50 is your over-under.
Ooh.
This is the This is the Sunday night game, by the way.
Yeah.
I so want to take the Falcons just because I think they're riding high. But I know better. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs and the under. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs and under.
I like the Chiefs and the over. It's be like a 28-24 game or something like that. So
I like the Falcons. I like the Falcons in the under. I think that I don't know. Is this maybe going to be like the first game at home against Pittsburgh where there's more Chiefs fans than there are Falcons fans?
Maybe.
I don't know.
KC's not that far from Atlanta either.
Yeah.
So,
well, we'll see. Well, hopefully, you saw Cousins start to get into form, and I think this team has a lot of talent. But you just can't bet against the Chiefs.
No Pacheco either.
No Pacheco. What's his name? Cameron Steele.
Carson Steele
and the BDA mullet, the rookie free undrafted free agent.
How can he not pick a guy with a mullet? Come on.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Fat McCaffrey is what they're calling him. They're calling him Fat McCaffrey.
I mean, that dude gets 100 yards rushing, and he's got a Head and Shoulders commercial guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Jags, 2 left, guys. Jags, and a must-win, travel to Buffalo on the first Monday night game. Bills are 5.5-point favorites, and the over-under is 50.
Man, as much as I want to take the Jags, and I like that team, but they got some stuff to work through. I think the Bills just kind of do what they do and wear them down. So give me the Bills and the under.
I like the Bills and the under too.
I'm gonna go with the Bills, but I like the over. I think Jacksonville's offense is gonna get going, and I just like the way Josh Allen's been playing. I mean, he's got 1 turnover, and he's just playing smooth, man. He's playing smart, and they're using James Cook because he is a really, really, really good running back. And your Mandos, fresh off your dominance, in special teams against the Giants, traveled to Cincinnati. And
on to Cincinnati.
The Bengals, 7.5-point favorites at home. 47.5 is your over/under, and this is the second game of that Monday night doubleheader.
Oh man, I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to take the Mandos and the over. Yeah.
Whoa!
I don't know what it is. I just think this could be a surprise win for them. I don't trust the Bengals right now. They haven't. I know, right? Shocking everyone. But I mean,
did you say over or under?
The over.
Over.
Okay.
I think the Mandos actually put the ball in the end zone, and I don't know. I think this could be a surprise win of the week. I mean, these underdogs have pulled it off so far these first couple of games, so I'm just going to stick with that trend on that.
So you think they only win it if this is a shootout?
The Mandos?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, because their defense isn't going to stop much. I think it's all about if the Bengals should win this game and their offense should come back to form because the Mando's defense is very suspect. But I don't know, just going on an intuition. That's all.
Yeah, I like the Bengals in the over. Burrow getting Higgins back. Jamar Chase come out game. Burrow goes 303 touchdowns against the Mando's pass defense, which is kind of non-existent. So I definitely like the Bengals at home too. So give me the Bengals.
All right. I like the Bengals in the under. I don't know why. I don't feel like it'll still be a good game. Jane Daniels is playing good, man. That kid is going to be good. He's definitely played the best out of the rookie quarterback. So I would like to retract my statement from last week when I said Bo Nix was doing better than everybody else. But so, well, we were going to break a couple of these games down, but we kind of did it as we did the picks anyway.
True.
So it's that time of night where we go into the Tree Shaker Lounge and we let our voice tell us where to find us.
Good evening. You can find the Real Tree Shaker Show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon. Listen to us, subscribe. You can also find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. Search for the Real Tree Shaker Show. Find us. Listen, subscribe. We love you all.
Such a creepy voice, man.
I know. Hide your children.
Right? There you go.
All right. Well, that's it for this edition. Guys, it was great to see you. What a fucking fantastic vacation.
Yes.
Enjoy the games this week. All right. I know there's 2 Michigan homers, but are we going to win against USC as Big Ten play opens up?
Yeah. Close, but yes.
I don't know. I'm thinking Trojans.
Alex Orgy all the way.
Well,
you saw what Malik Willis did against the Colts. That's exactly what Michigan's going to do against USC. The orgy's on, guys.
Well, it might be somewhere else, but as always, it's been fun, guys. Best night of the week. We'll see everybody next time. This has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. See you next time.